The average man today are physically undesirable. About half of the populations of men are either overweight or obese. The average man today are unhealthy. They accept themselves as victims to the abundance of high-calorie food and sugary drinks. The average man today are unfit. Most of them can't even perform a 2-mile run, while many can't even do a push-up or a pull-up. The average man today are overly self-conscious. They overthink too often instead of taking immediate actions when needed. The average man today are complacent. They prefer to be lazy and comfortable than to try out new things and seek challenges. The average man today are socially inept. They spend more time living on the internet than to live in real life. The average man today are unconfident. They tend to give in to the masses instead of standing up for themselves and take lead. The average man today are woman pleasers. They chase after women for validations instead of chasing after their purposes and their career. The average man today are sexually demotivated. They would rather stay at home and jerk off to porn than to try and go out and improve their dating lives. The average man today are purposeless in life. They prefer leveling up in video games and to level up themselves with a real passions and a real desirable career. The average man today are financially irresponsible. They live paychecks to paycheck and have a consumer life instead of saving and investing for their future. The average man today are overly emotional. They react to every news and everything surround them instead of maintaining a strong frame and think logically. This is your competition. This is the bar that men have set up for themselves in the modern society. This is the reality of men, where being mediocre and being lazy and not living up to their full potential are accepted. The problem with men today is not because they're aiming too high, but because they're aiming too low. You see this in men who complains about women, who complains about life, about the governments, about the society, and about themselves. Yet they don't realize that it is easier than ever to be better than the average. And even then, that should not be the end goal for any man at all. Understand that to be successful in not just the sexual marketplace, but in all aspects of life, you have to be ahead of the competition and put yourself at a better odds. That means becoming the best version of a man you could ever be. This is your goal in 2021. This is the beginning of your journey to become more than just an average person, but a high-value man who have high confidence and self-worth of himself. It is he who will live a successful and a fulfilling life. Be that guy.